going.
If I don't leave right now, what's going to happen?
You'll be arrested for obstructing governmental operations.
I don't leave, what's going to happen?
You'll be arrested.
So what happens now?
Oh, you gotta go. Okay.
So what happens if I don't?
So are we arrested if I don't leave? Is that from this office or the courthouse? Or that courthouse?
So if I don't leave, what's going to happen?
I'll arrest you.
Oh, say, so I'll be arrested if I don't leave. So you're going to arrest me if I don't leave?
It's second-degree misdemeanor.
Okay, so if I don't leave, I'm arrested.
That's right.
So if I don't leave right now, I'll go to jail.
Yes.
Under threat of arrest, I'll leave, but only under threat of arrest, I'll leave. So if I don't identify myself, what's going to happen?
Are you going to give us your name and then?
So if I don't, what's going to happen?
I'm going to put you in jail.
You'll put me in jail.
Today's video takes us to Orlando, Florida. We're going to look at two videos. First, we're going to look at attorney Patrick Darcy as he discusses the conviction of Rogue Nation. And then we're going to go to a celebration party in downtown Orlando that Man Bun Lana's throwing for Rogue Nation. It's unbelievable. They're celebrating a conviction. Let's all sit back, watch, have a good laugh, and most of all, enjoy, Marky Boy.
All right, so I just got a copy of the order from the magistrate judge who reviewed the case. There were 8 charges between Joshua Gray and Rogue Nation. So let's just look what his order is. 17-page order. The motions they filed for acquittal, those were all denied. There were 8 counts. Generally, they were either you were on the property and you didn't have permission to film, or you violated a regulation that said that you couldn't do this. So typically you get charged with both. First is that you filmed without authorization or permission. And secondly, you violated a sign that said you couldn't do it. So they typically run in tandem. Since each of these are Class C misdemeanors, according to federal law, each had a 30-day max sentence and $5,000 fine. If I remember correctly, Metz was facing 6 potential convictions. And I think the same for the other guy, but I really didn't pay much attention to him. But I just want to get through this right now. So you guys want to keep score? He just kind of gives the background. I mentioned that the judge had 3 questions that he asked at oral argument, which is about video recordings. Are they, space occupied by tenant agency? About building interest lobbies, was for news purposes, et cetera, et cetera.
Oh, yes, indeed. For news purposes. More like clicks and views and ad revenue on YouTube. Just say what it is, man. These frauditors may fool their subscribers. That's because their subscribers are a stupid pile of you-know-what. Yeah, the rest of us know.
Here's the charge of 2 federal regulations. What is the policy concerning conformity of official signs and directions? They must at all times comply with official signs. And then here is the regulation. There are areas here for news purposes. And then the main thing here between A and B is it non-commercial or is it commercial? Because they operated a YouTube channel, I would say that was commercial. As far as no permission needed, because these are the sections within the federal space that isn't typically where they conduct business. And so therefore, those are safe. But anyway, one of the things I said this morning is the government is going to argue this is a non-public forum. That's immediately was fatal to DMA's case and also in Stamp's case, the other YouTuber. And of course, the judge agreed that this is a non-public forum, which case the restrictions only have to be reasonable, not even the best ones. This is the typical argument you hear by the auditors, is that I have a First Amendment right. And I've always said this and they always disagree with me. So here it is again. You're not a lawyer, and our rights, even the Second Amendment, just reading it, it says there shall not be a bridge. Shall not is mandatory. But there are all kinds of limitations on the Second Amendment.
And no doubt about that. The gun haters in America are unbelievable, trying to take away our gun rights. Look at the state of Illinois, just upheld that so-called assault rifle ban. Oh, man, what is wrong with these idiots? Yeah, private citizens are not allowed to own assault rifles. You bloody idiots. Oh, God, don't get me started on this.
It says, here he goes, the SSA offices are not by traditional designation a forum for public communication. They are non-public forums. There's a lot of case law on this, and this International Society for Krishna Consciousness has wound up in a lot of different federal briefs. This is pretty much a gold standard case. Now, having deduced that they're non-public, because that's already been established by case law, the federal system, Then we come to reasonable regulations. So, and the regulations can't be intended to stifle out a particular viewpoint. Well, the auditors don't come in with a particular viewpoint. They just come in to film. It says, like he said, it need not be the best one. That's the Krishna case again. Then he relied heavily on one of the managers for the Social Security office in Orlando. If I remember correctly, they were at 3 different Social Security offices. And so he talked about security and privacy reasons. I told you about a Florida case that no one found that came from directly the Supreme Court that said a government entrusted with private information has a duty to protect it and will be liable for allowing that information to get out. So, you know, like the Stamps case where the judge said, I'm just going to use common sense here. You don't have a right to film over walls and on behind partitions so that you can see what people are doing.
Yeah, looks like these frauditors are going downhill. They're going backwards, aren't they? Started with little Chrissy. Now it's Rogue Nation. Who's going to be next? Let's hope it's that Yahoo in Chicago, the Tyrant Terminator. Or maybe Goat Boy. Oh, that'd be lovely.
And then Flores said, you have a lot of people who are dropping off leases, a lot of different types of proof or documentation we need to process eligibility for benefits. And then behind a barrier that Metz raised his camera to film above is the Center for Processing Social Security Cards. So we're getting right into the thing I said this morning and have been saying all along. The privacy and the safeguard of confidential information is going to override everything. And that's exactly what happened here. You're going to be asking about names. So, I talked about identity theft. How would an auditor feel if I took a camera and I walked into a Social Security office, started filming him while he's at a window getting discussions? There is this exception to that where a person can record, but if you read in context what that regulation said, it said for a person who's trying to get service, they can record private, the conversation directly with the representative so that they don't make mistakes or they understand better what the requirements are that they have to comply with for eligibility, but that doesn't get imparted to third parties. Court does not find this regulation to be unreasonable in light of the concerns articulated.
Take note, Lana, next time you put your camera stick up high in the air over the wall. Yeah, man bun Lana. That's a nice man bun. You get my drift?
And then here, the idea of commercial purposes is a big deal because if it's commercial, non-commercial, then the level of permission can drop. One of the things that I thought would count against them was even if they didn't get written permission, even if there are conflicting ways that permission is granted, either written or informally, what I saw in the briefs was that the officers and the managers at the Social Security offices were saying the idea was don't film us doing confidential things. The only question is whether it is reasonable to expect individuals to comply with unspecified security regulations, rules, orders, or directives. This is where the judge was concerned in briefing, at the briefing stage, about whether or not the average Joe, I think is what he called them, would say, hey, how did I know that I'm in trouble? And my response to that is the exact response he said here. You have adequate warnings. You'll get the notices on the doors and windows, on the glass. You'll have the security officers telling you not to do it. So it won't be where you walk in and you're automatically convicted and you didn't even realize that you were in trouble. There's prior notice. And this is exactly what happened here.
Anyone with an ounce of common sense would know better. Why would you walk into a Social Security office and begin video recording? It makes absolutely no sense, except to a frauditor who can't find a real job because of their criminal record. Lovely.
So he said they're viewpoint neutral because these regulations do not try to squelch a particular point of view. Now, following findings of fact and conclusions of law. So Joshua Gray, he was with Metz, counts 1 and 2. Then he goes to depart here. I find that he violated this section. No evidence he received permission from an occupying agent or authorized officer. Now, receiving permission, notice that he didn't say written or oral. He just said, okay, maybe there are instances where you need written permission and but the person just says, don't do it. I think the judge is taking the right tact here, which is, if you're told not to do it, you need to listen. Okay, you're in a Social Security office. 3 and 4 was Metz only. There was an argument raised in his motion for acquittal, which is, can you really say that's him? Because you never said that's the bad guy, like in Al Pacino in Scarface. You never said that's the guy that did it. I'm the bad guy. Well, there's many ways to authenticate something. You can authenticate it based on venue. Where were the Social Security offices located? In the Middle District of Tennessee, Florida. So therefore, venue was the right place. And I think, did they even go on Metz's YouTube channel and they saw that the videos were posted there? So you got enough authentication. Authentication is not a high standard to overcome.
Well, now we have to remember, these lads are freedom fighters. They're civil rights activists. They're fighting for our free speech here in America. Hogwash.
So he found that this is Metz. I mean, I don't blame Metz's lawyer for trying that. At least he tried, you know. Then here is the other question, because I think the CFR only prohibited photography, but the sign said videography. My argument was the videography was worse. So if photography is banned, there's no way you could possibly allow videotaping, because then you get sound. It says, Metz pointed his camera to the official signs of prohibited photography, videography, yet he continued to film. I find that he violated the section. No evidence he received permission. Found that he violated it. For 5 and 6, both of them got charged. Once again, the same rationale. They each violated it. There's no evidence that they received permission. I find that they violated it. 7 and 8, right here. If you guys want to, you know, actually read all this, you can slow it down, I guess, on the video. I just want to get through it quickly. Both violators. Count 8 is clear from the interaction with Mr. Flores that neither Gray nor Metz had received the permission of the official or the agency to film. Conclusions: defendants truly might have believed that what they were acting within the confines of the law and exercising their First Amendment rights, but innocence cannot be asserted of an action which violates existing law, and ignorance of the law will not excuse.
Oh, that's one thing that frauditors can claim for sure. Ignorance. Yeah, they're real ignorant, all right, no doubt. Ignorance is bliss, huh, fellas? Well, not today.
The reasons set forth below, I find the motions should be denied, and that the defendants are guilty of the violations as charged in the information. So next, since these are Class C misdemeanors, they may probably entertain appeals. But there it is, hot off the press. This was actually a pretty easy case to call. If you look at the questions the judge was asking, he was asking for clarification in certain areas that would have been beneficial to the defendants. I think this judge was really trying to be careful here. But remember, the government came up with the DMA case, although it's not cited here, but it's persuasive. In the Stamps case, it's persuasive. The non-public forum arguments were made there. You have a pattern here, and it doesn't say anything here yet about what the sentence shall be, because we don't know yet. Now, a magistrate judge works under the direction of the district court judge. And so there's still some steps left here to be completed, and like I said, potentially any appeals.
All right, so we just heard that the Yahoo pictured right here is guilty. Yeah, he's going to appeal it, and I don't know how much time he'll get. I mean, I don't know. Maybe he could get 90 days with some of the sentence suspended and some probation. Who knows? But Lana's all happy about it. Matter of fact, they're all celebrating at the bar. Let's roll that clip.
Update. So, in a little place called Downtown Poorhouse. Y'all come over there and check them if you're ever in Orlando.
Yay!
Yay, yay! We got John Felix in the house. We got Gio. We got the one and only Rogue Nation. Wright's Crispy sitting over here.
What's up? Shout out to
Who you shouting? Dr. Sean Barry.
How you doing there, folks?
Good, good, good. Go Army. Where's
I see you always exclude me.
I was coming around the thing. I was coming around the thing here.
I'm just a little tiny beyond. We got five followers.
What was your channel name exactly?
Restore Freedom.
Restore Freedom. Y'all go over and check her out. She does an awesome job. A lot of great information on videos. What is up? Hey, J-Town. Love the new hairstyle.
The only attorney who's willing to get arrested for the Constitution. Say it again. I'm the only attorney that I've ever heard of that's willing to get arrested to follow the Constitution. So.
That's right, which is very rare. Very rare. We're done.
Take note of the body language of Dr. Sean Berry. He's kind of getting away from Lana. She's leaning into him and he's leaning away. Well, I don't blame you, Doctor.
Did you want to talk real quick? You want to talk real quick? So,
What's up, folks?
oh, that's not bolted down.
No.
So anyway, tell us what happened.
Well, what happened is a travesty of justice, and we got convicted. We didn't get no jail time. We will be appealing this. Obviously, there was some issues with what the judge was saying. So we'll definitely be appealing it. But either way, we're not going to jail, so I don't really care. You know, we'll appeal it and we'll go forward after that. But you know, it's just showing people exactly the reason why we're doing what we're doing, because you know, stuff like this should be an easy decision for federal judges. But in every single Social Security Administration case, they've all came back with different different verdicts.
Well, now, as time goes on, Sonny boy, I think they're all going to come back with the same verdict. Guilty, no doubt. Because what the hell you doing recording people's personal information anyway, you yahoo?
Different understandings of the same law. So if the federal district judges can't figure it out, I don't understand how they expect citizens are going to figure it out. So we'll keep you guys updated as always. And, you know, once these probations are over, we will be back out on the street. Rogue Nation's never going to stop holding the government accountable and recording our government. Yeah, I don't care how many convictions or how many stuff they throw at me. The government's gonna, learn to heal one way or another. We're gonna get it done. So we'll keep fighting. That's what we do. So support, if you can, support people that are out there actually fighting the government and not just making videos to make some money. And maybe we'll get some change, guys.
Caw-caw! Caw-caw! So you guys heard it, caw-caw. Let's go back in here. We'll finish up this live stream, and we'll definitely keep you guys updated and let you guys know what happens. There'll be an appeal. You guys are seeing it real time, so it's...
Now, did you hear what Rogue Nation said? Support the cause. Don't just get out there to make some money. Well, now, I agree with that. Yeah, but I still don't agree with what you do, Frauditor. No, but there's plenty of frauditors out there trying to make a quick buck, that's for sure.
It's not going to be tomorrow. It's not going to be next week. It might be a month, 2 months, 6 months before we get you guys an update. You guys are watching it in real time. Felix? Some words of encouragement.
We lived to fight another battle. No one got incarcerated. I got a big sandwich. What else you need?
So you heard it right there from the...
All charisma.
Yeah, charisma. From the mouths of babes right there. So I'm not going to make this a long one. As you guys can see, we are actually just having a little get-together right now. I don't want to say celebration, but, we're always going to celebrate freedom because we love freedom. We love our country. We're patriots. What's up, everybody? Huh?
Music?
It'll probably get,
Oh, really?
it'll probably get, I'm not worried about all that. But, yo, let me read some of these comments, these beautiful comments. Cameras everywhere. Use your cameras everywhere. See something, record.
On you, J-Town.
Nothing on you, J-Town. Well, we'll keep you guys posted. I told you guys how we would have the post-trial update. I love you guys. Let's keep letting freedom ring.
Well, there you have it, good people. I don't know what the hell that song was there at the end, but you could have kept that. And then Lana blows everybody a kiss. Oh, Lordy, no. Yeah, they're celebrating because they were found guilty, but nobody went to jail. What the hell's that all about? And not to worry, though. If you enjoy watching stupid people do stupid things on my channel, please subscribe. Because when it comes to stupidity on YouTube and frauditors, There's no end to what they'll do for clicks and views to make $1, no doubt. Please check out my other channels, including Dr. Dave, Debunker of Frauditors, and Somsits. Oh, there's so many fools over there to point and laugh, you'll never run out of idiots. But if you do, check out Dr. Dave, Debunker of Frauditors, my main channel, with over 6,000 video uploads for your viewing pleasures. Yeah, all these yahoos need to find a real job. They love freedom, but they just don't want to work for it. No doubt. Cheers to that.
An ordinances book. Yep, that's correct. Come again. Is there any reason why these officers are here? I got permission.
Sir, you cannot film in here.
Because the information you're providing is unlawful.
I don't want you to film it.
Call the sheriff. I have permission.
I don't want you to have
Okay, don't get close to me. You want to go that route? What is the reason for calling the officers here? I want to know what your job title is to see if you're able to assist.
Who are you?
Who am I? Who's the one who called the officers in the first place? Because this may become a legal suit now. This is transparency. I'm conducting an audit. While I wait for the clerk to show me the statute about freedom of information, I need to do an inspection on the town, city, zoning and ordinances book. I have permission. I have permission. I have permission to film here, sir. Ma'am, please ask your superior before disrespecting somebody of the public. Where's the water department for this town? Don't yell. I'm talking to you softly. Why are you yelling at me?
Sir, please stop recording me.
Okay, I need to do an inspection.
I understand that. Please stop recording me right now. You do not have my permission to record me.
Okay, is your facility open to the public?
Not currently.
Not currently, okay. Okay, can you comply with my request? Where's your water department? Ma'am, you're totally wrong. This will become a legal matter if you choose to go this route. Should I go over FOIA law with you?
No, I don't need to do that.
Show me the statute.
Sir?
Can you show me the statute?
Sir. Who are you with?
What do you mean, who am I?
Who are you with?
What do you mean? I have the right to record, ma'am. I have permission here with me. I'll be waiting for the statute. Thank you. I'll be waiting for the book, sir. Ma'am, this is going to turn out a legal matter. Okay, sir. This is going to become a legal matter. Please comply. Pass. I got to pass. Along with an inspection on the zoning and ordinances book. I'm going to be conducting some business here. I'm going to be recording it. Ma'am, it's up to you, ma'am. And there may be a suit in the court of law for non-compliance. What do you mean who I'm with, ma'am?
I don't know what you want.
I don't know why you're giving me a hard time or a bad attitude. In order to do an inspection on a book readily available. Hi, ma'am. What's your first name?
How can I help you, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Can you tell me what's your first name?
Who are you?
The budget book, ma'am. I need to do.
I don't have. If you want to have a seat, I'll.
Sure, that's fine. Ma'am, I have permission to film. I have permission. I have permission here. Well, you see, the thing is, my good man. Anyhow, compliance is the key, folks. Where does it state that? Ma'am, I need stamped copies of these FOIA here.
Can I help you?
Yeah, sure, possibly. I'm acting as press, ma'am. First Amendment. And I also have permission here with me. Okay, ma'am, you also have to abide by 2635.101 basic obligations of public service. Sir, I'm abiding by the statutes. It does not require a name in order to obtain record. Okay, well, you're talking unlawful. You're talking incorrect. That is not true what you just stated. Come again? Very rude. I'm not rude. It all shows on camera. You're the one who's rude. Well, anyhow.
No one really cares.
No one really cares? An inspection, if I wanted to take digital photocopies.
No, you cannot.
Absolutely, I can, ma'am.
You cannot.
Please comply with the law. Are you refusing service? Just tell me you're refusing service. Hand me over your business card and you will be hearing from my lawyer. If you go ahead and record, that means you're creating a public record and you cannot delete that off your personal phone. Your personal phone becomes a public record.
That's fine. I'll record it.
Okay. Well, sir, there's options to conduct business in person. You can't refer everybody to online. I'm not going to refuse my identification. However, I have not committed any crime. You cannot articulate that I have broken a law. Here's what I will tell you. Here's what I will tell you. Ma'am, there's no expectation of privacy in public. You could just call me sir. I'd like to file a police report of non-compliance about a employee that works here. Sir, I don't answer any questions.
You don't respect me. Why would...
So therefore, I'm not obligated to provide any identification in this matter.
You talk about my wife? What does my wife have to do with anything?
No, I'm not providing an address, ma'am. I'm doing a general inspection.
What does my wife? Why put up a picture and say that's my wife of a goat?
Not in my uniform, however, I do have my clipboard with me. That is not lawful, what you told me.
We're gonna have a ball at your cemetery. We're gonna bring you a rose, okay? We're gonna bring you a rose, and we're gonna say you were dishonorable. He's attached to the affidavit too. He's part of the enterprise. You drew first blood, just like you do with all these auditors. You draw first blood. In the next 3 days, I'm gonna have a criminal enterprise community section, and it's gonna be real well detailed. I got an attorney that's helping me draft it up and write it up. Scumbag. You're just a plain scumbag, man. You want to say why I'm upset and stuff. We're gonna prove that you are breaking U.S. code. If I really wanted to be petty, I would take you to court.